Right, I had to take the wig off. My head was just, every inch of me is on fire. I tell you, head literally on the top of my head. Oh, I was so angry. It's horrible. My face, in jaw areas, my hands, my shoulders, my neck, my back, my feet, my legs, my feet, my legs, my hips. It's hard. It's really hard. My videos, people see me putting my makeup on, looking all jolly. When I'm out and about, I look smiley. They don't know that I'm in absolute agony and I'm crying on the inside. In fact, I'm screaming on the inside. I remember I said this to a neighbour before we moved at our last address, and he was like, "Oh, you look great. You look like, you look well, really well, and all this, that, and the other." And I was like, "Do you know what?" I said, "I'm screaming on the inside." And he goes, "Oh, like that, is it?" And I said, "Yes, it is." I says, "Every minute of the day, from the minute I wake up to the time that I drop off to sleep, I struggle with sleep. Um, I really struggle with sleep. I struggle to do anything. I do need care people. I need someone to give me a hand at home. I do. I need someone to help me at home. I have a clean lady that comes on a Tuesday. She's amazing. She will, if there's any washing that needs putting in the dryer, if any washing that needs putting in the washing machine, she will do it. She'll ask me what cycle I want it on and what's going in there, what powder or liquid or whatever. Well, it's my soap nuts, which she can't get her head around. These little conkers that go in the machine and wash my clothes, it's like, what the frig? You know, they just don't make any sense to her whatsoever. I've got him sitting there snoring. I don't know if you can see him. Mr. Alfie. He's got a right snore on him. Yeah. It's getting closer. He's gorgeous. But yeah, I just thought, do you know what? I'll do the flip side of it where people don't see the other side of me. That's because I look okay. I must be fine. I'm not. The kitchen at the minute has got like pots and pans all over the place that need washing up. I'm waiting on these adaptations to be done. And it's hard waiting and living in a home that doesn't suit your needs. No home would suit my needs. I had a chap that lives in a flat above, and he was like, "Well, they shouldn't have moved you to a home that isn't disabled friendly." And I said, "Well, that place does not exist. There is no such thing. You can have a front doorway that you can literally just roll in with a wheelchair, and you've got no threshold bits to, do wheelies over like I do when I come in here. There's none of that. But then you're going to find that you're going to have door frames that are too narrow. You might have stairs, and if it's a home, a house. The kitchen could be all wrong. The back door might not be wheelchair friendly whatsoever. There could be a step up and in. It could be the worst design back garden like mine was, where you had the width of a slab going around the outside of your home, but then you had steps that went up and onto your grassed area. Look at him. So that's what they were sort of looking into ways and means of sorting things out so it was safer for me. I mean, I remember where I nearly fell down the steps, and it's only because my jacket was pulled back that I actually didn't face plant the car, the concrete and the brick of the house. So yeah, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of things that, at the last address that needed doing. I needed a lift going from the living room into the bedroom for me. I needed a wet room because my bathroom was just all wrong and I couldn't use it. I'm waiting on, you've got a snore on you, mate. Sockets to be heightened off of the floor. Light switches to be lowered down so they're more to my height with my chair. I need doorways widening in here because of my chair, but also my big one that I've got. So if, say, this chair that I use on an everyday in the home basis needed to be on charge, and my big one I needed to be able to get around, then I'm accommodating that one. But the little one, I still struggle because of the angles and everything to be able to get into the bathroom, and I need a sink with no pedestal in the bathroom. I need a special toilet because I struggle sometimes with toileting, and don't need to go into the ins and outs of that, but there is a special toilet they can put in that apparently people have said with arthritis that it's amazing. The kitchen is the big thing for me. And then at the minute I've had a referral put in for an OT to come out and do an assessment for somebody to come and have a look to see what sort of bed I've got and what they can do in the way of a referral, so I've got something that's comfortable for me. So yeah, there's a lot of things that need doing, and at the minute it's just waiting. And it's hard because when you're in a home, a kitchen space where you can't turn around without taking the door, or running into something, or you're not able, cupboards are too high up, everything is just totally no good. Yeah. Oh gosh, my head. Tell you, this is me. This is my lack of hair in patches. A part of me wants to get some clippers and just like shave my hair off. Or the other option was to go into a barber's and take my wig off and say, "Is there any chance you can just trim me all this off?" But I think I'm too scared to do it in case, because obviously my head, there isn't much hair on there as it is. It's all patchy, it's a mess, but it's mine. And when it's gone, it's gone. And it's like I get into this stressy, panicky, I don't want to lose everything on me. I don't know, it's stupid, isn't it? I just think just go in, just ask them to do it. If they've got no customers or whatnot, just ask them. Somebody would do it, maybe, but then once you've done it, I think it's a big thing. But I've said to my son, do you fancy doing it? And he's like, I suppose so. Why not? But it's just the initial buying it and then, getting someone to do it. I think seeing my hair go is hard. I think when you lose it for, say you've got medical, like you've had cancer or something, and you're going through radiotherapy, or is it chemotherapy? I can't remember which one. that you lose your hair, you sort of are braced for it, aren't you? You're prepared, but it's going to come back. But for me, it's like I'm scared. I think I am scared. Just adjust my pillars. I am scared. I'm gonna be completely honest. It does scare me. The thought of losing hair. I wear my wigs all the time. I wash my hair today. I don't wash my hair as often because I don't need to, but I do wash it on a regular basis. I don't know, I could just do some oils or something to go on my hair, on my head, to make it feel not as angry. I don't know, I just get in this funk-like state. I think that's what you call it. At times, because I'm so isolated, Yeah, I think my son's home. He was in his bedroom, playing his music, on his computer, chatting to his mates. He'll go out, he'll go to college. He'll go out, he'll go to work. He's got mates he can chit-chat to. Me, I don't see anybody, and sometimes it's hard because it's like you chit-chat to somebody, passing, that lives in one of the other flats, for example, that they are in a hurry. Everybody's in a hurry, everybody's busy. And I think that's why I'm on social media quite literally from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. Just so I've got some kind of somebody to chit chat to. I had a chap that I used to work with who's disabled. I think he's got cerebral palsy, and he said to me when he'd finished his shift and he was going to his car and he saw me putting something away in my bag. And he said to me, he says, "You must get very lonely." And I nearly cried. And I thought, because I do. I don't see anybody really. A friend of mine who was doing some care work for me, I mean, she did it for a bit, then she got fed up and she stopped coming. Because like having to commit to helping the person for an hour, maybe 2 hours a week, and it's quite intense for what it is, for what the money is, I think she was expecting the job to be different. I don't know. I mean, she was, that sort of thing she did was she'd wash up. There was only a bit of washing up because I had a cleaner come. So there was only a few plates, cups, things like that. She'd wash up, put it away, peel and chop me some veg, make me, do me some mashed potato, things like that. She would come in the living room, run the hoover around, just quickly on the floor, hoover the chairs because of my cats. What else did she do? She used to change my bedding. I know one of the months my regular cleaner wasn't well, and I did ask her, is there any chance she could just do, wipe me this down in the bathroom, just give it a quick mop. And she did it. But I think it was a bit more to what she bargained for. And there were things that she never particularly wanted to do. It's like when my cat Charlie was being sick. And she was like, "Oh, I don't do sick." And I thought, well, you've had 2 small children. and you told me you don't clean up sick. And then she's got a dog that she sometimes is like, oh, I don't do this and I don't do that. But yeah, there's always a boundary. Can't do this, can't do that. So anyway, then she got someone else to help out, a friend of hers, and I was like, that's fine. Because my cleaner was going into hospital to have an operation, so I needed somebody till she was able to come back. But I never expected my care person to suddenly drop off and stop coming. She just, no, sorry, I can't do it. I'm not feeling well, whatever. It's too much with work. Because she worked at a solicitor's. You know, I'm finding it difficult. The dog needs me more at home when I've been at work. Because the dog's an old dog and, things like that. But there was nothing, and she just suddenly never came. She was like, oh, I'll be back. And she never did. She never come back. And then when my cleaner was due to come back, and we sort of arranged that she was going to come back, the one who was the stand-in, I said, oh, I'm not going to need you anymore. And then the one that was coming to be my cleaner but also do a bit of care work for me was suddenly coming when she felt like it. Not very reliable. Husband's day off. It's raining. That was one of the classic things for me, was when she put, it's raining, I can't come today. There were a few other bits and pieces. I'll come tomorrow, I'll do this, I'll do that. It was always on what she wanted to do. So that's what happened. And I had no objection if there was a reason, whether it's health, whether it's a genuine reason, like not feeling good. But when you're, doing things for somebody and they're reliant on you because they can't do it themselves, it's a bit different to somebody that just can't be asked. So yeah, I wanted her to be able to come and basically strip the bedding down, switch over, maybe help with the washing if it needed it, folding some clothes, putting things away, hoovering, maybe peeling some vegetables, helping with draining some potatoes and maybe mashing them me so I could make myself a cheese potato pie with my vegan cheeses. What else was there? I can't think now. And then the weekend, and then it was shopping, nipping out, going and grabbing a few things, reaching me down, bringing them back, helping putting things away, sifting through, getting rid of anything that's in the fridge that's a bit manky and past its best. That kind of a thing. Anything that needed doing. And the amount of times that she slacked off, so I got my original, the stand-in cleaner back, and she was like, okay. I said, I've had to think of my health first and foremost. I says, I'll still have you as a care person if you want to do it, but then she's just tapered off with that as well, so I'm like, I've had enough. It's just draining me, even more. My son does help, don't get me wrong, he'll help me. If I need to nip out to Asda or Aldi or whatever, he'll come with me. But there's things that I've wanted to do without him helping me and having somebody as a backup. And she's not been there. Plus it was someone different to talk to, and I knew her. So we used to have a good old chin wag, and I used to love that whilst we were looking around things and stuff, but it's just been shit. So yeah, I'm back to just me on my own. It does get me down, I'm not gonna lie. It does. You know, when you have no one. My son's out now. He's been at college. But he's at work now. But it's just that person to like, oh, do you want this doing? Do you need this doing? I know I need someone to help me, so I think I'm going to have to, a couple of times a week, have someone come and help me out. I mean, the cleaner, the lady that comes, she's fantastic. She does a lot of things on a Tuesday, but I could do somebody towards the end of the week just to keep on top of what's going on here. That needs doing, bit of washing up, tidying round, you know, loose tidying. I'm talking not a full tidy, just a little tidy round. Helping me with putting things away, sorting through stuff in the bedroom. Trying to sort through my bedroom is hard work. Yeah. And I'm just exhausted. Oh, so tired. So yeah. It's just the little things that just feel like the big things at the minute. So, and then it just gets me in such a funk. I hate it. Anyway, I'm going to get myself, I think, to bed, have an early-ish night because I didn't have much sleep. Yeah. So, anyway, I'll sign off. Sort my makeup out, get this washed off, put my skincare on, and go to bed. Well, the sofa. Alright, catch you later. Bye.